Good evening, everybody. Good evening. I'm Kyle Young. Welcome to country music's hallowed and sacred space. I'd like to thank J.P. Morgan Chase for making this event possible, and I'm happy to welcome Jeff Goodwin of J.P. Morgan Chase and his guests to the Hall of Fame Rotunda. Where is Jeff? I was just with him. Great thanks also to Metro Arts and to Tennessee Arts Commission for their enduring support. The plaques in this rotunda represent the 133 recording artists, songwriters, non-performers, and musicians who've achieved membership in the Country Music Hall of Fame. They are country music's key contributors. They changed things for the better. They paved necessary roads. This evening, we're opening an exhibit. And we don't open exhibits without determining that the exhibit's subject is a key contributor who changes things for the better and who paves necessary roads. This exhibit is called Little Big Town, The Power of Four. Four: Karen Fairchild, Kimberly Schlapman, Philip Sweet, Jimmy Westbrook. They've been together for 20 years. That's 160,000 years if you raise 20 to a power of 4. And before paving necessary roads, they traveled broken roads. They negotiated significant gridlock, and they were knocked to the shoulder by frustration and heartbreak and grief. When you're knocked to the shoulder, if you're lucky, there's a guardrail. If it's a metaphorical shoulder and you're one of the 4 powerful members of Little Big Town, the guardrail is composed of immense faith, hope, love, and talent. It's the gentlest and yet most powerful of rails. And Karen, Kimberly, Philip, and Jimmy have been up against it many, many times. Karen and Kimberly met while in college on a bus headed for a choir camp. Later in Nashville, they met up with Jimmy and then Philip and formed a band. Philip and Jimmy are fine instrumentalists with voices full of character. Kimberly has remarkable control, range, and soul. Karen has a strong solo voice and is a genius at harmony arrangements. The vocal blend they achieved together from the start was instantly appealing. Together, they felt they were too good to fail. Who needs a guardrail when you can sing like that? Soon enough, they were signed to a major label recording contract, releasing a single called Don't Waste My Time. The industry's response to that single, Don't Waste Our Time. The single didn't work, and the album didn't work either. It represented a sanitized, stylized version of the band, and it drew a scathing review from one Tennessean writer who said it was full of sugar-coated songs that are sure to eat away the enamel of your brain. That was particularly disturbing to Jimmy until he searched the internet and found out that brains don't have enamel. Six years into the band's journey, Little Big Town was dropped from its label. No record deal, no tour bus. From the looks of things, no hope. Those were the days of desperation and divorces and day jobs. This was the point where most bands would abandon the dream. Philip was making telemarketing calls. Jimmy was parking cars. Some of you are lousy tippers. And then things got worse in real life ways. Day jobs and lost contracts are not tragedies. Death is a tragedy. And when Kimberly's husband, Stephen, who was also the band's lawyer, died of a heart attack, music seemed trivial and pointless. At the funeral, Karen, Jimmy, and Philip began singing a song written by their dear friend Wayne Kirkpatrick. Kimberly watched them through eyes that had always danced, but that were now dull and sorrowful. "Take me down, Armageddon," they sang. "Take me down, I will go." Somehow Kimberly rose and joined her friends in the singing. "I'll reach for the heavens as I reach the end of the road. Only love lives forever. There is love in my soul." In that moment, some things were clear. This was not a group of performers. These were people who loved and cared and cried for each other. And music was not trivial or pointless. It was lifeblood. The power of four was mighty and healing and too important to abandon. The power of four could pave necessary roads. In a good movie, the four would each find great loves in the wake of loss and despair, and that actually happened. In a better movie, the four would bounce back from the guardrail onto a smooth road that led straight to grand successes, fame, and fortune. That didn't actually happen. The road to those things was curved and treacherous. Kimberly once looked back on all of it and said, "I'm glad we didn't have a crystal ball, because that ball would have revealed many miseries." But finally, those miseries gave way to victories. Each time Little Big Town abandoned convention in favor of creativity, the public responded with interest and appreciation. The chances they took and the unique sound of them singing together, the power of four, made Little Big Town instantly identifiable and ultimately beloved. Then came the awards and the hit albums and the hit singles and the things that lead to nights like this, when we gather in celebration and in affirmation and in the realization that Karen, Kimberly, Philip, and Jimmy changed things for the better. They paved necessary roads with faith, hope, love, talent, and harmony. Here's to the guardrail. Here's to the power of four. Here's to Little Big Town.
Wow.
That's the best speech introduction. I don't know how we follow that.
Messed up our fake makeup, too.
Oh my God. We are overwhelmed. I mean, I was trying to hold back the tears, but it's hard to do because it's incredible. And we couldn't be more grateful. Somebody got to talk right now. I'm sappy. I'm so sappy right now.
Oh,
Wow.
I mean, we were just four people that believed that we had something unique to share and a great love for music and each other and family. And we have that incredible foundation of family that gives us the courage to think that we could conquer anything in our lives. And so our families are here tonight. And raise your hand, our moms and dads, our kiddos, my brother, my sister. I really don't know what to say. I look out here and I see, like, not just family, but so many people that we consider family in this business that have allowed us the great privilege of evolving and to take risks. And Jeff Gregg, I see you right front in the center. And Jeff was one of the early believers at CAA, and he drove us in a van to open up for Dwight Yoakam, and it was the first check that we ever Remember, we celebrated in the parking lot. We learned songs in the van. We wanted to make sure that
We didn't have enough songs to
we
even
didn't have
do a
enough
set.
songs. And remember, I wore the wrong mascara, and my mascara ran, and I could barely open my eye in the set. I mean, like, and I look back, and he was like, I look around, and it's just like believer after believer after believer after believer. Our band guys, our crew, our publishers, our managers, our agents.
There's Wayne right there.
Where's Wayne?
Wayne.
Wayne and Fran.
We wouldn't even be a band if it wasn't for Wayne Kirkpatrick.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be a band.
Wow.
I remember we called him, I think one of the mini labels said something like at Christmas, like, well, you need a hit. And we had written Boondocks, and I called, so I called Wayne, and I said, it was like over the holidays, and I said, well, I guess we need a hit. And he goes, well, we have a hit. But I said, well, okay, we need another one. And so we schemed, and then showed up in January at his studio, which was his home away from his home, and we stayed, and I don't think we ever left. Like, he made us chicken wings, and we were poor, we were broke, and we ate Cajun food, and we wrote a whole record inspired by Cajun food.
Yes.
And the road to here.
Somehow you got the guys from Union Station to come and play for free. I don't know how you did that.
And then they would buy us lunch. Ron Block,
Ron
bought us-
Block used his burrito card for all of us.
And
so,
we ate at Chipotle for free.
that
Remember?
was a blessing.
Yeah. Anyhow, I'll stop. Y'all talk.
I think of when I came here as a 14-year-old, and I came to the Country Music Hall of Fame up there when it was at Shoney's, because that's how old I am. Remember? In the Barbara Mandrell recording studio, and I went there, and my sister and I made a picture outside the Country Music Hall of Fame, and after that visit, I just had these just huge dreams in my head of I wanted to be a country music star, and how I had no idea what that meant, and Lord knows I could have never dreamed up what I've been given. My precious parents are here. They're celebrating 52 years today. And for so many of those years, they toted me all over the place just to let me sing for whoever would listen to me sing. And that's what gave me the foundation and love of music. And our families are the only reason we are here, and we are so grateful to you. And our babies right over here, oh, God has just so blessed us. That's our favorite job in the whole wide world, are those kiddos over there. And sometimes it's hard, but we still love it. And my husband over there, who gave up his own career so that we could be on the road together and be a family and make babies. And I'm just overwhelmed with gratitude. And we didn't make babies on the road. Well, one we did, but...
Well, kind of.
I was going to say.
I'm about to say kind of.
It was on a boat. It wasn't on the road.
Not a pontoon.
Not a pontoon, yeah. Whoa.
Anyway,
TMI.
go. Somebody else go.
I'm so overwhelmed about all of this, and I'm the crier, so I'm going to get it out of the way and just cry
Hey,
at the
you
beginning.
can't cry. I cried at March of the Penguins. So can't.
I'm just so overwhelmed, and I walked along that exhibit a few minutes ago, and there's such a journey, and the four of us together. I love the power of four, because that's all this is. That's four people who believed that we had something to share together. We had kindred spirits, and it's the greatest journey I could have ever hoped for. And the ups and downs, that's what makes it all beautiful. And my family, I look at the faces of my family, and you guys believed since no one else knew who any of us were. And I'm so grateful for all of your sacrifices for us. I think about my dad who passed away, my sister Joyce. I know they're looking down on this today. And it's unbelievable, and I'm so grateful for this journey that we've had together, and I wouldn't want to do that with anybody else. I thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity to be in music, which is always, from the first time I sang a solo, I knew there was something more powerful than me. It was beyond me. It wasn't me. It wasn't anything that I had. It was something that God allowed me to be a part of. And I'm so grateful for that, because it brought amazing, beautiful people in this community. All you beautiful people that we get to collaborate with and write with, it is a blessing. And there's not a day that I don't wake up and understand what a blessing it is. So I'm grateful for that. In this town, how you've embraced us, thank you for that. This is a privilege and an honor. Thank y'all.
You do, Philip, and then I'm going to thank management.
I got a little emotional before it. Jimmy, that's beautiful. I love hearing the sounds of the babies crying and the strum of the guitar from a future Hall of Famer.
That's right.
And,
Same thing, man.
You know, the families and the love and the people and the tears and all the times we've had together. You guys showing up, being here, it proves all of this is worth it. It's so beautiful to have you with us, to share along. You lived this journey with us. And hi.
He wants to say hey.
Hi, Cam. Our beautiful band, our beautiful family that are here. My mom, who, let me jump on her guitar and ride it like a horse and break her beautiful Gibson guitar. But just music is what drives us. It inspires us. It is the gift. And it's never for us been about attaining riches or attaining fame or attaining those things, because, those always seemed far out of reach for us. And for us, it was all about the making of the music. We still look at each other on stage every night when we strike a chord, and that sound, it's almost like creates a fifth note. And we look at each other and are just blown away by that gift, because that's so special. That energy of music and the love that it can create is what keeps us changing and growing and excited. We still feel like the young scrappers that still haven't made it yet, and we always think of ourselves that way. And I love every one of you, and thank you so much for being here to show up for such an amazing, it's like they took a journey and compressed it into a wall of beauty over there, and it's blown us away. So thank you so much, Karen.
Hey, Cam. Before we stop talking, we want to say just an incredible thank you to Kyle and the whole team here at the Country Music Hall of Fame and Museum. This is beyond anything that we could have. We just couldn't have ever dreamed this up. So thank you. Thank you for all the hard work. My first concert as a little girl was the Oak Ridge Boys, and Dwayne is standing over here tonight. And I watched that stage. My mom and daddy were big fans, and we listened to many an 8-track in our conversion band that was super hip. And my sister and my little brother, and who would have thought I would have been in a four-part harmony band, and that you would be standing here. So thank you for coming. We love y'all. To our manager, Jason Owen, and the incredible team at Sandbox.
Bobby Simmons has been
with us for...
since the beginning.
Ever.
How many years, Bobby?
He said 2.
A long time.
He said a
He
long
stopped
time.
counting. And Kelly and Leslie and Wyatt and Katie and Todd and Josh and Chapel and Taylor and I don't
Our
want to leave
sweet
any.
April.
And our sweet April and our
Christy and Jesse.
and our entire road crew. And John's here tonight. I don't know if any of the other band guys are here. Our band leader John is here.
John gets a raise.
You're here. So they help us bring this music to life. I see some of our co-writers out here. I mean, the greatest gift is the ability to sit in a room and dream up a song. And Carrie and Jesse, I see you. I know the Love Junkies are writing.
Yeah,
Hillary's
Hillary.
there, which means she stopped writing. We were writing
Lori and them.
Lori, Liz. I mean, girl crush. They changed our lives. And by the way, 3 women changed our lives. So many of our collaborators, Wayne, we wrote Boondocks with, and Bones, and he wrote Bring It On Home, and we could go on and on and on. But without those songs, we don't have anything, you know. And without our management team who takes our dream to the fans, Jason always said, just give me the music, make the music you really want to make, give it to me, and I'll take it to the world. And he did that, and his team. So thank you for changing our lives. Thank you again to our families for all the sacrifices and oh my Lord, the music lessons, all the things. And
During the noisy piano playing.
yes, and the drums. And I just believe in the power of this community, and I believe in the good that comes when we're together, and the healing of music, and we could all use some of that right now. So thank you again. Huh?
I want to say one more.
Yeah, she wants to say one more thing. She's like, so let me say.
We were all our family is here. We were raised on very strong faith and our love for each other and our love for God, and we are so grateful to Him for the ultimate gift of music and why He chose to give us this journey. We are incredibly grateful. So I just didn't want to leave out that. Thank you, Jesus.
Enjoy all the bad hairdos we had. We love y'all. Thank you.
Have fun, hang out, go see the exhibition. Thank you for coming.